Good morning, everybody out there in the Facebook world. Good morning to all you network marketers, you crazy people. So, a little bit of inspiration came to me this morning. I was having a chat with a distributor who is in another company than me, and someone I'm just kind of giving some consulting to. And she was asking, how do I make it through all of those ups and downs, those challenges that we run into? I seem to see network marketers who are successful, they don't seem to have any problems or care in the world. It just seems to come easy for them. And there's a reason for that. Okay. Obviously, it's much easier to handle challenges in your business when things are going well, right? When people are joining left and right and it's, you don't have any issues at all, it seems like. But the reality of it is the more people you have in your organization, the bigger your business grows, the more challenges you're actually going to run into. And I experienced this firsthand. I always, the biggest my check was, or the bigger my check got, the more complaints or texts and emails I would get about problems or challenges. It just comes with the territory. The reason that top earners make it look so easy or seem to just brush off those challenges is not because they're making a ton of money. Okay, it's because they are all in. They have become bulletproof in network marketing, where no matter what someone says about the company, no matter what goes wrong inside of the company, they are completely bulletproof. And it kind of inspired me today to want to talk to you guys a little bit about how to do that, how to become bulletproof so that nothing takes you out of the game, because that's the secret, y'all. It's just being here a year from now, consistently doing the same actions that got you successful in the first place, or that started to grow your business in the first place. Prospecting, gathering customers, enrolling distributors, training, doing those things every single day, every single month, every single year, and just being here a year from now. So how do you do that? How do you become bulletproof? Well, I believe you've got to really go all in and sell yourself out on really three main areas. Number one, you've got to sell yourself out completely on your opportunity. Then you've got to sell yourself out on the entire network marketing industry and profession. Then you've got to sell yourself out on yourself. And I'm gonna walk you through some of these, and this may be a little bit longer. It's great to see you. Glez, Peggy, Clive, thanks for chiming in. Faye, great to see you. I'm gonna spend some time here. So if you got to go, don't worry about it. Come back and watch it again. But let's talk about selling yourself out on your opportunity. Now, let me burst your bubble. Your opportunity isn't perfect. Okay. If you've been involved in your company less than 6 months, you think it is. And I get that. I've been there. The newbies, it's like a new relationship, right? It's all hot and heavy in the beginning, right? But if there isn't that something extra, that little spark, if there isn't that something that really binds you two together, the relationship's probably not going to last. And you know what I'm talking about. It's all fun in the beginning, but eventually that wears off. And the same is true in network marketing. You're going to have challenges in your business. You're going to run into problems. You're going to have products that don't get delivered properly. There's going to be issues with your services. It doesn't matter what product, what company, there are going to be challenges. Back office, customer service, and you have to make it through those things. And the way that you do that, the way that you sell yourself out on your opportunity, is believing in what got you to join in the first place. What convinced you to join? You've got to consistently sell yourself out on that. That's why it's so important to plug into events. Even just the weekly presentation in your local area, or if your company does like an online hangout or a webinar, even if you've heard the presentation over and over and over again, you have to constantly reconnect with what sold you out on the first place, because there are going to be things that challenge your belief in your opportunity every day. You've got to believe in the product, the compensation, the company, the leadership, all of it, all the pillars that led you to making the decision that you made to join. And let me tell you that if you don't believe in those things, it is not a license to go join another company on a whim. See, there are people who will go through the process of building their business and they'll run into some challenges and they'll say, oh, I don't know if I believe in this company anymore. Now I'm gone. I'm out of here. I'm going to go to another company. And then in the beginning, they believe everything and they're sold out on that opportunity. And then the slightest challenge that comes along, it ruffles their feathers and all of a sudden they're, oh, I don't believe in this product. I can't be sold out. I can't be all in. I got to go on to the next thing. What you have to do is come to terms with the fact that no opportunity is perfect. That's why I led with that, because if you go through your career thinking that everything needs to be perfect in order for you to be successful, you're kidding yourself. And I wish I could take you back to, 10 years ago, I was part of a startup that launched a product that had never been involved in network marketing before. And my gosh, there were a lot of challenges. And over the years, there were more challenges. And I've seen companies and I've networked with other leaders who are in companies that are billion-dollar companies that are 10 plus years old that have challenges. They have issues with customer service that, they'll call themselves a 10-year-old, $300 million startup because they're still figuring it out. And the reason is that's business. No, there are no perfect companies. There are no perfect opportunities. If you want to be successful, you've got to be all in and sold out. Now, of course, if your company are doing things that is, unethical, if they're slashing the comp plan and they're not paying people and, there's a 6-month back order on product and they're not delivering or their product is killing people. I mean, obviously, there are reasons to leave companies. I get that. But what I'm saying is, if you've got a solid company with a solid product and a solid compensation plan and you believed in it in the first place, commit to it and see it through, like a relationship. If you were all hot and heavy in the beginning, a relationship takes work. My wife and I, Carrie, we've been married since 2000. Okay, but we've been together since 1994. Our junior year in high school, we started dating, and I love her more now than I ever did before. But it's not easy. I mean, we have to work at it. We've got kids, and we have businesses, and we have responsibilities, and it's we get tired, and I'm sure we get on each other's nerves. It takes effort. And the same is true in network marketing. If you've been there a long time, it might get a little stale once in a while. You might have to do things that stoke the fire a little bit, if you know what I mean. So, find your opportunity that you believe in, that you're passionate about, and go all in, sell in on it, okay? Or sell out on it completely. And remind yourself of why you joined in the first place. And you do that by plugging into events, presentations, calls, anything you can get your hands on, you've got to plug into it, okay? Now, the second pillar that you've got to sell yourself out on to become bulletproof in network marketing is the network marketing profession or industry itself. And this is a challenge for some people. And it's a challenge because network marketing has developed a reputation over the years, and that reputation is that it's get rich quick, that they're scammers, and it comes from the large attrition of our industry. And I understand where it comes from. There's a lot of people out there doing it wrong because there's a lot of people out there. I've always said the best thing about our profession is also the worst thing. The best thing is it's very inexpensive for anyone to get involved in network marketing. That's a great thing because people need it, right? I mean, people need more time freedom. They need extra cash. They want to replace their job. There's a lot of great reasons that people need this profession. But it's also bad that it's so easy to get involved because there's no licensing required. There's no exams that you have to take. There's nothing that you have to pass in order to become a professional network marketer. So anyone can get involved. And in any situation where you have the opportunity to create income, you're going to attract people who take shortcuts and end up doing things that maybe aren't ethical or trying to take the easy route. But I want you to step back and look at the big picture. Do you really honestly think that that's exclusive just to network marketing? I mean, we could go out on a Google search right now and I could type in real estate fraud, financial fraud, medical fraud, insurance fraud. And I bet you we would find hundreds and hundreds of millions of negatively impacted people, companies, and entire industries. And I think network marketing takes a lot of heat because we're out there dealing hope. And big business, the big boys out there, they don't like hope. have you ever seen, I'm sure you guys have seen the Hunger Games, right? There's a scene in there where Donald Sutherland is talking to one of the game maker guys about how hope is a dangerous thing. And that's how a lot of corporations and the multi-millionaire, business CEOs think about giving hope to the average person, because if those people have hope and dreams and want to become an entrepreneur and do their own thing, it takes away their workforce. And that's less money for them to feed off of, those CEOs. So there's a constant pushback on entrepreneurial thought and independence. And that's something that we have to battle with in network marketing. But my advice to you, if you want to be successful in this profession and make it and become bulletproof, is to learn what network marketing really is about. Become a professional network marketer and study it, learn it, become successful in your mind in terms of understanding why it makes so much sense. And I could be here all day long and give you examples and tell you my story about Tim the trainer. And I'm not going to do that, because I think it speaks for itself. If you're watching this, obviously you love the network marketing profession. But what makes me sad is that there are companies out there who are pretending to call themselves not network marketing, not multi-level marketing. They have multiple levels of commissions. They recruit independent contractors or 1099 contractors, and they think that they're not multi-level when they pay multi-level commissions, and they're trying to be someone that they're not. And what I don't like about that is they're not teaching people to embrace the profession. They're teaching people to be ashamed of it, and that's not what helps people become successful, because people are not stupid. If you're out there talking to someone and they look at your opportunity, and maybe you do have great products, and they go look at it and you're, well, it's not network marketing. No, I wouldn't get involved in that. And then they see, well, wait a minute, I can get paid when I recruit someone, and I can get paid when they do it, and so on. And that's multi-level. I just think it makes you look dumb. All right. I don't like it. I'm just going to keep it real with it. All right. I don't like that. So you've got to be all in on the profession. Forget about the preconceived notions that people have. Who cares? I mean, who cares what someone thinks about you venturing out into the entrepreneurial world? If they're not going to pat you on your back, they're not as good of a friend as you thought they were. All right. And that's one of the realities of becoming a network marketer, is you're going to realize that people who you love, they love you. All right. I'm sure they want you to do well. They just don't want you to do better than them. So when all of a sudden they start to see that you're venturing out and you're trying to do something that dares to be different and happens to put you in a category where there's people who have either gotten in trouble or done things wrong, they're going to lump you right in with that. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be so sold out on this industry and this profession that nothing anyone says is going to take you out of your belief mode. All right. So that was number 2. We talked about, we're talking about how to become bulletproof in network marketing. The first thing we talked about was selling yourself out on your opportunity. The second thing I talked about was selling yourself out on the network marketing profession. The third pillar to make sure that you're bulletproof in this profession is really going all in and selling yourself out on yourself. And this is really, really hard for some people, for most people, I would say. And the reason that it's hard is because you've probably been through some things in your life that have led you to believe that maybe you're not worthy, maybe that things don't work out for you, maybe you don't feel educated enough, successful enough, professional enough. Maybe you don't think you look good enough. Whatever it is. Throughout our lives, unfortunately, we live in a society where people like to beat us down. They like to throw negativity out there. I see it in schools. I've got 2 kids, a 14-year-old boy and an 11-year-old girl, and I see the bullying going on, and I see, how mean people are to each other. And social media has just made it easier, to attack and cast negativity. So it's no wonder that people don't have a great view of themselves. But this is something that you're going to have to spend some time on. And it's not just a one-time thing. You can't just read a book or take a seminar and then all of a sudden, okay, I'm sold out on myself. this is a process. And, my first 3 years of network marketing from 97 is when I joined. I was 19 to 2000. I didn't do anything in the industry. I had 24 bodies on my team, 23 of which I paid for to join. So obviously, I was not a successful network marketer to start. But one thing that I did that was really, really smart is I read a lot. I plugged into trainings, events, calls. I learned and learned and learned and really became very confident in myself. And it took time. You could speed it up. I mean, there's so much information. I would recommend things like Audible. If you don't have time to read, I subscribe to Audible, so I get books on audio, and I listen to it when I'm at the gym and when I'm in the car. And I probably have read 3 or 4 books already. And it's the 15th of November, and I try to do that every month, and I continue to do that. But what I'm saying is, you've got to work on yourself. In order to believe in yourself, you have to work on yourself. You'll find that the people who you enroll into your business, the ones that kind of take off and just go, and they're successful very quickly, these are very confident people. They're probably not introverts. When I'm an introvert, wasn't super confident in myself, didn't have a lot of belief in my skills and abilities. That's why I did a lot of things wrong. That's why it took me a long time. And it's what you have to understand about the people that you're working with. It's going to take them a while, and that's okay. Have some empathy for them. But when it comes to completing this picture of being completely sold out, completely bulletproof, this is a really important factor, because if you don't believe in yourself, boy, does that come across. It comes across in your recruiting, in your leadership ability, and all aspects of your business. So take the time, learn, grow, read, be successful in your mind, and watch what will happen. You'll exude it, and it'll attract people, and it just makes going through this process so much easier. So I hope that those three things are helpful for you. Guys, if you have any questions or anything that you'd love for me to cover in future posts, go ahead and put them down in the comments. I'd be happy to do it. Great to see people here. I hope this helps you. Guys, I hope you go out there and kill it in your business today. We'll see you on the next one. See you guys.